So this short meditation and talk is all really about unleashing the power of your true purpose. So it's around looking at what success is to you, what meaning is to you. You know, sometimes we feel there's something significant that we're meant to do in our life, and we want to have more impact on the world, and we want to be in a space where we can actually unfold authentically the gifts that we've been given to use in our life. And that can be deeply powerful, and it can be really fulfilling when we're on track to know what that is. You know, sadly, we don't often ask the question, you know, what is my deepest truth? Who am I? So this meditation is about getting into that space of the quiet mind where you can actually begin to sink into the heart and listen to the voice of your soul, that inner soul light that helps you begin to create a vision for your life and identify the real you. So you're coming into contact with the powerful you know, the self with the big S, so that soul self, not the little self, you know, trying to please or compare with other people. You know, we're looking for the success that's not so much transactional, but it comes from your heart. So we recognize that even when it comes from the heart, it's grounded in the processes of life. You know, we all want success, and success is so open to us if we can move beyond our conditioning around what a successful life is. So, you know, for me personally, it's all about the meaning. You know, what can I look back on my life to date and see was it meaningful? How did I show up in the world? How did I show up for myself, for my family, for my colleagues, for my community? You know, have I been involved? Have I spread my wings? Have I been out there? Or has it all been a little bit of the Paula show? So it's looking at your life and just taking stock, you know, and actually recognizing your successes. So often we run through life and we don't recognize our successes. We don't recognize how far we've come, what courage it's taken to get to where we are. And I'm really mindful that actually sometimes, you know, when we're on that treadmill of doing, we sort of get busy. You know, we don't really enjoy a soulful, successful life. You know, we're on to the next thing. You know, have we even got time for a hug? Have we got time to stop and really, you know, wake up and smell the coffee or the roses, as they say? You know, so one of the things that can really help us is to get deep into the center of our being, to get deep into that spiritual light that allows the love within you to flow to the surface. So for a few minutes, I just want you to get into your breath awareness. Notice how you feel today. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Just one for presence, one for power, and one for purpose. You know, what I found in life, that true success comes when I'm present and I'm tapping into that power of love in me that brings purpose to everything I think, say, and do. Now, of course, like everyone else, I have the harried personality. I get worried at times. But I do find a way to sink back into this space more often than not. And it literally is that lovely breath that arrives with us on the planet. And it's the last thing we do when we leave the planet. So the breath is that anchor, is that portal to our spiritual nature, which is much more about head much more sorry about heart consciousness than head consciousness. So in the Course of Miracles, they talk about this, 18-inch journey from head to heart. In all sacred, essential spirituality, there is a core theme, a core knowing that compassion, do unto others as you'd have done unto yourself. The basic golden rules come together, and they are themed as the values of our life. But until we actually get time to quiet the mind, we can't even begin to get to the values of our life. We can't begin to get to the purpose of our life. So this is an invitation. It's a call, firstly, to still the mind where the heart speaks. So we're going to go for that quiet mind. Gently just sink into the heart, and let's just become aware of the simple rhythm of our breathing. Just silently, you might like to count to 5, breathing deeply into the abdomen. Maybe just say peace or calm or serenity before gently breathing out for 5. Just repeat this 2, 3, 4, 5 more times. And it's nice letting go and just feeling that sense of peace. So I embrace peace in my heart. And on the in-breath, I imagine, sense, feel, breathing peace into the whole body. And on the out-breath, just letting go of any worries or fears you may feel. Let your breath become steadier. And when you find a rate of breathing which is comfortable for you, just stay with that. You've been breathing since you were born, so just do what's comfortable. And just sense that calmness. And continue to let the breath guide the inflow of peace, and see this peace transformed into warmth and comfort of a gentle, loving radiance. Your whole body is breathing in this gentle, warm peace and breathing out relaxation. You're filled with radiance, peace, and eventually the mind becomes more quiet, and the whole body just rests in the light of peace. And you can give that a radiance of diamond light, silver light, gold light, rose light, whatever feels good for you today. Just be aware of that sense of stillness. And now begin to think of a spiritual gift that maybe just is residing in your heart, a jewel of understanding that you can bring to yourself, to others, to the world, in the work you do, that will support the fulfillment of success in your life. So just reflect back on times you felt in flow, on times where you felt that juice of happiness, you knew where you were going, what you were doing. And just check in with that. Maybe it's the birth of a child, a promotion, just doing something wonderful with your family, being in nature. just start to anchor into those lovely feelings, because you're creating the feelings. You know, the thoughts may bring some clarity on what you want, but it's the thoughts and the feelings the thoughts create that really begin to attract this powerful knowing in your world. So if you're on purpose and you are creating a life of purpose and meaning, which is subjective, by the way, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, success is in the eye of the beholder. So I wouldn't, you know, invite you to get too wrapped up in the semantics of language. But generally you'll know how successful you feel because you'll be embodying it daily. You'll feel a light in your heart, a lightness, a warmth, a pleasure. You'll begin to play with, how does pleasure feel for me in all of its facets. So yeah, it's going to be how you ground this joy in your life, because success, you know, holds the facets of the diamond of joy and contentment and openness and innocence and freedom. And when you're experiencing those things, then, you know, you're smiling. We don't often see the unhappy Buddha, do we? So that's what we're looking toward. So it's just time now to reflect on your innate talents, your innate abilities, which will support your soul to really come into manifestation in the work you do. So we really want to choose our words, our thoughts, you know, with a recognition that they're precious, they're golden. So we choose our thoughts and words so they reflect what we truly wish to put into our body, into our world, into the influence we bring. Because it's this knowledge that is driving the future, the wisdom, that we're birthing a higher consciousness born of creation, moving away from survival. We're stepping into a greater understanding which will empower our life and how we live it. So we're having this shift away from the shame and fear and anger and guilt and all of the things that would limit our existence into something a little bit more simpler, a little bit more blessed. There's a sense of inner grace, a sense of inner light. And we're just we're granted this one precious human life, and what are we going to do with it? And that idea of if not now, when springs to mind for me, because, you know, we've had this whole year of the pandemic and it's just been so tough on all of us. We've had to go with it, we've had to respond differently, we've had to get flexible, change, seek support left, right and centre. It's been tough. You know, there's no getting away from that. But it's also been an opportunity to decide. You know, decide what you really want from life, where you're going. And so this if not now, when is an opportunity to look to the positive and open your heart to the best in yourself and those around you. You know, see to choose to nurture your creative ability. And if the heart or the power center of the tummy or the mind could speak, to check in, what would it say? What would be the gift? So getting to know the land of the body is just really so important. It's where it's all at, it's where it all happens. So knowing how we feel, how does pleasure feel in our fingers and our toes? How are we just responding in life? How are we showing up daily? So the meditation can be very simple. It can just to be still, to breathe in, and to notice, how am I feeling? What's happening in this precious land of my body? Am I feeling grateful for this precious land of my body? What will I express through this precious land? And we all know that gratitude is the currency of abundance, and when we feel gratitude, we feel so much love, and so we just naturally tune into Radio Beautiful and tune out of those complaining thoughts that would leave us in a space of disgruntledness, a sense of separation. But of course, oneness, leaves nothing out. Oneness will also hold our grumbles in love as well. So we have that lovely universal circle of love, and every time we feel grateful, we could call that successful, because we're giving love. And of course, whatever we give, we receive. So, when we give the present, when we give thanks, we just feel that in our body. It's beautiful. We are the vessel of the soul and the spirit. And so I guess it brings us back to the peace of success is a peace of mind, a peace of heart. It's not all about singing and dancing. It's literally about an inner knowing and knowing thyself, the experiential. Of course we can get ecstatic and we can have the joy, the deep pleasure. We can have the rapture of it all. But actually to hear it, we come from that bed of steady innocence, of oneness, of that beautiful light. So let's just breathe in that light again. From the top of our head to the tips of our toes, we can create this beautiful container of love, of gratitude, of success. Just really feeling that beautiful land of the body. Just getting back to yourself. Knowing your mind, your thoughts and your feelings are all just about being you. They all belong to you. And we can choose every single day where we want to direct them. So taking back our power is recognizing that this finite body can be fueled by infinite possibility, where we become fully human and fully divine. Where we can take our place in the vast universe. And maybe we can just imagine that. Our place in the vast universe, standing in our temple of light, this walking, talking temple of light. What would love have you do? What would your body have you do? Where would love have you go in this amazing body that is you? We are spirit, we have a soul, and we live in a body. And to own all of that is to take the power of creation and make manifest a more beautiful world for those around us and for ourselves. When we shift internally, we change as a person, our life just becomes different. And that lovely question that what can money not buy as a measure of abundance really takes us into the heart of success. The smile on your child's face, the beautiful radiance of nature, the silver moon, the ocean, the cherry blossom, the laughter, the hug, the connection. And this is where we really start to attract through our awareness and loving kindness. We energize our life and we step into the field of abundance because we have completely smashed open the little limited view of it into an eternal playground of loveliness. So see yourself in this eternal playground of loveliness. And the opportunities are limitless because the soul is limitless. What would your soul have you know? What would your soul have you do? Just breathe into that and see yourself showered with universal love, a beautiful, radiant shower of light. And so may it be.